Hi all, this is Shift in Life. Welcome back to F1 Fictional 2024 edition for the second race of the year in Brazil. 4,292 meters. The slip roads of this circuit are very wide and make it one of the safest. Beware of the first chicane, which can be tricky when the surface is wet. 36 laps for the race. Let's just establish a baseline first lap for the qualifying. Just 12 laps in qualifying here, and we'll come back to the setups after that. See if we can improve our times by doing a few changes here. So I reckon we should do 2 laps, because obviously this one, since we started like at very slow speeds, it won't be indicative of what we're capable of with these current settings on the car. So let's see if we can string together 2 good laps. Really looking forward to this one, as I'm a great fan of this track. Especially in games. It's always such a fun track to play. So in qualifying we have other cars as well on track at different moments. So we have to watch out for that. They can definitely make or break, and rather break than anything, or qualifying here. If you get stuck behind someone, it could be a bit problematic. Alright, what's our first lap gonna be? We have a 1:26.7. Expect the second lap to be an improvement on that. Apparently we're the only driver to have put a lap through at the moment. Well, already an improvement of 2 seconds here in the first sector. Oh, well, definitely not gonna help. But that's a good indication of what we have to try and avoid during the race, which is putting just one wheel on the grass here. Yes, it is a wider track than Melbourne last time round, and obviously last time round, if you went a bit wide, you just hit the wall. This time you go wide and you spin, which is more dramatic in a way, since the cars are quite solid and you can hit the wall a few times before you get damage. Okay, so no improvement then, but let's see if we can repeat or feat of the previous lap, which was to improve the first sector by 2 seconds. Can't allow for too many mistakes here, since we only have 12 laps to play with, and already that first sector was not an improvement, unless this is based on my very previous sector, which was on that lap that got a bit damaged by the spin. Yeah, must be it. Now we're 4 seconds up on the previous lap. And that's a 122.5. Okay, so maybe we're gonna have a look at changing the settings of the car. I just want to maybe catch a glimpse of what's my top speed in the fastest sections of this track, such as this one here, past 175. Still not managing as good a first sector as I did on that one time. On my second lap. Still a bit behind. Not really improving. Let's go back to the garage and see if we can maybe improve the car. Suspensions maybe go soft, since there's quite a lot of bumps and elevation change in this track. Body height, maybe just keep it medium. I feel like going up on top speed a bit. Yeah, don't want to rob the car from acceleration. It's all balancing act here. Maybe for the braking we're gonna go 60-40. A bit less downforce, I feel. Maybe that'll give us a bit more speed, will it? No, you can see it's mainly affecting the grip here. Let's leave the pits. So far we haven't been stuck in any kind of traffic, which is pretty good. Pit round means outlap. I don't know if this game was made in a different language than English and then somehow translated that way, but that's kind of funny. Unless this was how it used to be called back in the day, I have no idea. That was close to the grass here. Got a bit lucky. It's not a bad lap, actually. Shame this won't count. But at least it sets us on a good, positive start. Somehow touched that wall, even though I was not that close to it, but it's good to know that within the game, the first corner, you can't really go too close, too far inside the curve, because there's an invisible wall there. So yeah, we have to know that. Take that into account, because this will have real consequences for us if we try and sneak through, especially on turn 1 of the first lap. trying to squeeze through, and then that's pretty much the end of your race. Don't know how I feel about this particular lap. Doesn't feel fast and flowy to me, but somehow still gaining time. I almost lost the rear here. That was kind of cool that I was able to keep the car pointing in the right direction. That's always fun to experience those moments in games. Almost a second faster. Hit the wall again here with the rear wheel. The invisible wall. Only 4 more laps left, and we'll know where we stand. Currently 11th, but other cars might be improving their positions before the end of this qualifying session. Feel like these last few corners were a bit better, a bit more strung together. Able to hit my apexes, which is good, and it shows on the time as well. Oh, kept my foot down. That was a bit scary, but we managed to get through. But no improvement on our position. Just edging away at the time, the lap time, but there must be quite a gap between 11th and 10th. Try one last time in this camera view. Well, it's not going to work. We're already half a second behind our best, so I think we're just gonna try and have fun now until the end of the session. Maybe change the camera around a bit and try and experience this with a different view, such as this one. Bit too late in this corner, braking too late, going wide. And yeah, a bit more than a second slower than our best. Only 2 more laps to go. This will have gone very quickly. I don't feel like I've done 12 laps, but I guess we lost a lap or two when we went in the pits. Again, this is one of the things that this game does really well. You know, this nice balance between the qualifying and the race. And this truly feels quite exciting. Are we on a good lap here? 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. Oh, I put up a new personal best, but we dropped down 2 places now, down to 13th. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps before the end of the qualifying round. 2 laps bef Still no one in sight. Let's try and experience yet another view. Try and experiment and experience this track differently. Maybe get rid of the times to get yet a better view, better understanding of this track. Maybe you will learn something. Sometimes if we focus on the timings, we lose our concentration and we lose sight of the driving, and that can sometimes ruin your lap. Pretty much like the driver unplugging his radio to try and put his head down and be in sync with the moment, his car, the track, nothing else. And finally we see someone else on track. Been a pretty quiet session for us. We have learned a few things in the process. We're maybe placing slightly lower down than what we would have liked. But this seems to be pretty in par with what we had in the first race, where we qualified, I believe it was in 14th position or 15th maybe. So Mercedes here being quite slow. Wonder if they've just left the pits or something. Oh no, it's not a Mercedes, actually it's an Alpine. Your personal best then, maybe. Let's see if that would have changed things for us. So, in first place, Max Verstappen. Who else? Second, Charles Leclerc. The battle between Red Bull and Ferrari continues. Third, Lando Norris for McLaren, followed by Carlos Sainz, his old friend. And in fifth position, Fernando Alonso for Aston Martin. Well done, Fernando. Sergio Perez in sixth, followed by Oscar Piastri in seventh. George Russell is the first Mercedes in eighth, followed by Sebastian Vettel. We are 10th in all of that, so that last lap was pretty good. See, not using the timings, the on-screen displays, just being focused on the track and the car. And that paid off in the end. Major improvement as well, with a 1:18.8. I'm very pleased with that. And then in 11th position we have Mick Schumacher finally pulling it off for Williams. Much better start than last time. He actually qualified ahead of his teammate Alex Albon in 12th. Lewis Hamilton, another disappointing qualifying for him, and he is yet again behind George in 13th position. 14th is Yuki Tsunoda for Porsche. Ocon and Gasly are 15th and 16th for Alpine. They're followed by Ricciardo for Porsche in 17th. Then we have the Audi of Zhou Guanyu in 18th. And the two Haas of Hulkenberg and K-Mag in 19th and 20th. Finally, we have Valtteri Bottas and Brad Pitt in 21st and 22nd. It is kind of to be expected. The Audi is definitely one of the lesser teams here, and Brad Pitt may be one of the least experienced drivers on the grid, but you know, um, hopefully he can have a better time in the race. I think last time around he was able to improve by 2 positions when I was only able to improve by 1 position. We'll find out what happens next in the race coming right up. This is Shift in Life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.